What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing gooseneck hitch on my 2018 F-150. This is a Reese gooseneck, well, that's actually a fifth wheel, but we have a gooseneck hitch that was made to fit the fifth wheel rails right there, which you'll see in the end of the video that'll be put in. It's a Reese kit. It's all no drill for these, but I'm obviously got to drill through the box for to bolt these on, but these, there's no drilling into the frame. That's why I went with this kit. It was a little bit more expensive, but should be well worth the money. I plan on pulling a horse trailer with it, and then I want to get a gooseneck flatbed to haul all of this stuff. So that's kind of the plan. That's why I went with the gooseneck. It should pull a lot better than the bumper pull. Oh, and on top of it, I got a freaking screw in my tire. We're gonna just cut that off later. We're leaving it in there because it ain't leaking. And I don't know if it's all the way through or not. And I don't want to find out if it is. So we're gonna start measuring stuff up and get this thing going. Alright, so I haven't really been filming a whole lot of this because I've been having to watch a video to do this because honestly those instructions suck ass. So I've been watching, the website's actually got a full like install video and it is 100 times easier by watching that. So I almost got the back rail and I still have to redo it, put all my spacers and stuff underneath and then put the nuts and stuff on the bottom. But I do have the brackets loosely mounted in there. Kind of a pain in the ass, but they give you these I don't know what they're called, feeler wires or whatever. You put them through the frame, and then this goes on the end of the nut, or on the end of the bolt, I mean, and then you bring that with the spacer through the frame, and then pull it through, and then you put the nut on and stuff on the end of it. And yeah, so there's a spacer on the inside of the frame, and then there's a small one, or a thick one right here between the frame and this. And then that one doesn't have one because the way the frame is, there's actually like a little block on the, like cut like this, it sticks out, so it hits on that. So I got that in there, and then yeah, so you drill 1/8 inch holes through the box from the top, and then we're supposed to bump up to 9/16, but I don't have a 9/16 inch drill bit. We used a 1/2 inch, and it actually worked perfect. I was surprised. I'm glad. So yeah, we got it that far, so we're getting it. I'll update you guys here in a little bit. I'm gonna keep watching this video to finish, because I gotta add all these, bunch of these spacers that they basically go here so that this sits all flush, and then they gotta go on the bottom of the frame as well. So I'm gonna add those in and get the back rail all pretty much buttoned up, and then start on the front rail. So hopefully pretty soon I can start time-lapsing some more of this because it's been a pain. I took the wheels off too. So if anybody else orders one of these, take the rear wheels off. You don't have to, but trust me, at least I don't know how stock are, but with wide wheels, it's a lot more of a pain in the ass. It's a lot easier to get way up in there to do it. I know it made a big difference when I did it, when I took them off, but I did notice too, I need rear brakes really bad. There ain't much left of them. So that'll be another video here pretty soon because I'm gonna have to order those as well. Oh, never ending. Worries die out too hard. But we were traveling mountains just to find the loudest tears. We set down by the fire, knowing we couldn't higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am. Well, I got the back rail all mounted and I just ran into a big problem. My truck has the 36-gallon tank and the freaking gas tank covers right where I need to. My bolts. I can't even get my hand in there. So I'm gonna have to drop the entire gas tank. And I don't have time to do it tonight because I have to be up at like 2 in the morning and it is 9:30 at night. So I don't know what to do. So here's the gas tank. It comes all the way back here. And right on the other side of that is where I need to get my hand. And I can't get my hand between that and the frame, let alone a wrench to tighten it. So I don't know what to do. I don't think I'll be able to reach my hand over top of it. There again, I won't be able to get a wrench in there. Oh no. Interesting. Yeah, everything else is mounted. That one's mounted. You can see the one on the other side over there is mounted. And then the other side on this is mounted. And yeah, I mean, none of this stuff's tight. Obviously, because it's still trying to fit everything. But I am kind of at a loss. I'm gonna have to try to squeeze up in there somehow, all messed up like, to try to figure to get my hand in there. I don't know how I'm gonna get a wrench in there though. Question. Well, I'm gonna do some thinking and I'll get back to you guys. Wow, that was a pain in the ass. So, what I did was, I don't have a spare tire, so I already had that was gone. But I removed the spare tire heat shield plate thing, whatever. And I was able to go from, okay, so I sat basically on top of that jack right there. I was leaning up over the axle and I was able to reach up and tighten those bolts up there. I don't know if you can see them at all. Yeah, those right there. I was able to get my arm up in there with a freaking wrench. And after about an hour, I got both sides tight. And you're supposed to torque these and blah, blah, blah. No, fuck that. There's no way I would have got a torque wrench in there without dropping the gas tank. So by just cranking them as tight as I possibly could, they are plenty to torque spec in my opinion. I mean, as tight as I could possibly get it with a wrench. I mean, yeah, I can only get it so tight with a freaking wrench like this because it hurts your hands, but it's literally as hard as I could push and pull. It's as tight as that just got, and I did that on all 10 bolts. So, because there's, well, if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 in the center and front and back. So that's 10. I only got 2 pins in there. I need to get 2 more pins, but she's well mounted. It fits. It's center. Everything's tight. I just ran those on with an impact and then cranked them as tight as I could with the ratchet. And I couldn't get them any tighter because I used an air impact. Because, you know, plenty of torque spec right there. And it's not the right way to do it 100%. And it's probably frowned upon a little bit, but I don't give a shit. It's tight. It ain't going nowhere. Christ, I never do anything with these. I just crank them out with the impact till it stops spinning. I've never had a wheel come loose, so yeah, it is done. Finally. So I have to get a plug-in. I don't go in here yet to route the electrical plug-in up into the box. I have to order that, and then we'll drill a hole into the box there and then run the wires up in there. It's just it's a wiring harness that literally just plugs in down there, and it's like a Y, so it plugs in to that, and then it plugs into the wires. Well, it plugs into the wiring harness on the truck, plugs into the plug that exists in the back, and then there's a long cord. It's I think 7 feet long. That runs up, and then I just got to drill I think a 2 1/8 inch hole, and then bolt that in, and that's it. That's gonna be a piece of cake. I'm not worried about that. I'll make a video of it maybe. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, the hitch is all in. Thank God. Now, the only thing I'm worried about being a real short box, it's mounted farther forward than I thought. Hopefully I missed my cab when I turn. I mean, it'll be a horse trailer, so it should be okay. And then, well, a normal gooseneck trailer, usually the tongue will come straight up, so I should be fine. Camper, I don't think I'll be able to pull because I think it's gonna be too far forward. But you know, it's a half done, so I don't expect much. But yeah, I'm just glad to finally have that done. I don't know why they sent me all these. I'm not really quite sure what these are for. They didn't have any in the video. I mean, they got the fat ones for there. I don't know if these are supposed to be extra in case you need a little bit more, which I probably should have put in there. But I mean, I just cranked it tight, and it smushed my things a little bit. But I figure the more it does that, it'll kind of bite a little harder and hold it tighter. So I mean, it stops as tight as I possibly can get it. So there you have it. Sorry I couldn't film as much as I was hoping to, but with what I had to work with to get in there, it was a lot more difficult. For the fact that I have the 36-gallon tank. The video that I watched, they did not have the 36-gallon tank, so that gas tank wasn't in the way for them. For me, it was. There's no way I would have got a torque wrench up in there. I mean, I couldn't even get a normal socket up in there with a ratchet, so there's no way it would have been able to ever be torqued. So at least without removing the gas tank. So yeah. I'll maybe get a video of it towing a gooseneck here. I don't know when it'll be. My girlfriend's buying a horse trailer, so just waiting on whenever that ends up going through for sure, because everything going on right now with the COVID-19. Banks are still hard to get a hold of along with everybody else. So yeah, I'm going to throw the wheels back on, and then that's where we're going to end this video. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.